Yeah, I do have a few things for you. Some of the stuff on the table tonight. My first item is that Renzi grant. Renzi grant applications are due on the 7th of July. So the question, we'll put at least one grant application in that comes through the city. And that would be a grant application for the library to do some work on the floor. So if you can find this one that I put the big brackets around. That's part of the report about the library. That explains what the consultant would propose to do as far as this, what they call jacking of some sort. It's not mud jacking, it was
grouting?
Grouting. But they would grout with gravel. Is that how they explain it to you, Karen, that they actually do grout with gravel as opposed to slurry?
They explained to me that the gravel underneath the cement floor is very uneven and it has spots where it's like an inch. There's the cement slab and then there's an inch of space there. And that's what's causing our problems. And they need to go in and fill that with gravel to level it off. Because if we don't do that, the cement is going to start cracking and we'll have to replace the whole slab. So they say fill it with gravel to make it sound and then grind off or fill in to make it level. They cannot move the cement because of the differential in the cement. Some of it's 3 1/4 and some of it's 4 1/4. And if they tried to pump it to move it, they would possibly break the slab, and they don't want to take that chance. So our plan as a library is to have an estimate from a man in South Sioux to give us an estimate on how much it would cost to really make our floor sound. And we're trying to get this all done so we can apply for the Renzi grant, which is July 7th deadline. And we're very hopeful of getting some monies there.
So on that Renzi grant, though, the library certainly wants to submit one application. Is the city interested in submitting an application, or should we just put all of our backing behind the library? You know, if we're looking at that trail resting area one, we could have, I think, better luck with the expansion of our DOT. And we will know the answer to that prior to the due date for this Renzi grant. So if we can't do it, you know, we should probably proceed along and apply to the Renzi grant for some funding. But the other idea is, now let's not apply to that at all. Let's put all of the community's weight behind one application. I think it is to be better.
I guess, how much do we think if we put our application in? I mean, there's other communities that are all going to apply for this too, right?
Absolutely.
So I mean,
Carroll County, right?
If Carroll County's all involved, so there's going to be like 100 applications, and if we do this, it'll be 101.
Yeah, it's $75,000.
Is it
one grant?
It's not one grant, although they very much stated that they would prefer to do a few larger grants as opposed to, you know, $50 or $1,500. They don't want to do that.
And the library has an end, right?
Hopefully. We have a lady in my queue lobbying for us, and it is her brother's bank.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
That's it, that's the library.
That's good.
We have a problem now we gotta fix. We don't better help.
Very good.
Need a motion for that?
We'll actually bring that application, I think, before the city council at the next council meeting, Karen. The city, I think, needs to be the formal applicant as an eligible person to apply, entity to apply. So we'll run that through the council meeting at the next meeting, which is still allows us to get it down there on time.
You don't have to do anything.
The due date is 70, I'm gonna probably have council on the 6th. We'll have to run it down. Either that or we know somebody who was there.
That's no problem. Get it out of there, that's not a problem.
Street project, Ed. Put that motion in there. You want to look at some street work this year. We had budgeted $125,000 in street, to do some street work this year. That would be, basically, that's the amount of money that we would have on hand to handle that. It doesn't do a very large asphalt project anymore. But what I had wrote down on page 4 of the memo is some of these sections pertaining to concrete work. And would be open to looking at a project that includes just concrete work for some curb and gutter replacement and replacing a lot of the broken sections up on Ash and 4. Or the other option being just bank it for now, we can do a larger project next year. These are funds on hand. And I've got to tell you this before so I don't get in any trouble. When I wrote down this list, I forgot to include Rich Porter's alley on it. And the cost to replace curb and gutter on Rich Porter's alley is $3,750. How much? $3,750.
Take a road trip and take a look at this stuff.
Yeah, I guess, basically, for the discussions tonight, are we interested in doing a project yet this year? If we are, we need to get some bids out there. You can do concrete work later into the year. We got no problems yet on timing.
I was sick last week, but on some of these curb and gutter replacements, it would have to coincide because there's an overlay over the existing. So to get it milled out and get it grade and stuff like that, there's some that we probably would wait to do it when we do the asphalt project. So it's all done at the same time for the right elevations. That'd be real iffy, like on Main Street part.
Do it combined, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Part of
They
it's
think
because
it's better to do it combined.
some of it, yes, with the elevation and turn out the old.
Because you need to put a new street in and 5 years later cut a hole down the middle for the sewer.
And it happens all the time.
I know it happens all the time.
You cut a new street. But I'm trying to think of where that may be as far as the sewer main work.
Jack, any of these that you would think where there's sewer problems underneath we should address so we don't pour a new street and not tear up the sewer?
Not really too many.
Okay.
Well, the problem up on 4th Street and Ash Street is, it was put in 30 years ago and it was never connected with the sewer main. And that's why the center and all the laterals and the concrete cracking because of they didn't connect the sewer line.
I'm just thinking ahead,
Oh, yeah.
take the cut a patch down the middle of the street.
We talked about that.
They can comment, since I live on Ash Street, let's get it done. It's a mess.
Okay, fair enough there.
You might have to spend money for a new water main to get up there.
Do we need to do something to maybe go look at?
Nope, I would encourage you to go look at everything
Okay.
and see
And then,
if there's
Jack, you said
something
some of
wrong
these,
they can.
it doesn't make sense to do the curb and gutter until we do the road.
Right, because that way, if
Can
we
you
don't
kinda go
stuff, we
through
get our
that?
grades to match and stuff like that.
Can you go through that and give us that list maybe at the next meeting of what you think is
All right.
a stupid idea to do? Because there's no sense doing it if we can't do it right.
Where would the water main have to be replaced?
The water tower is
That's
replaced.
It's been replaced across my lot since I've been there.
It has?
Yeah.
And we still have poor pressure?
In fact, we got you got still poor pressure because the water tower's clear down on the east side of town.